We start with a point. Hi, it's Rob Bryanton, and welcome back to the Imagining the 10th Dimension video blog. And if you're watching this at YouTube, just over here in the description box, there is a link you can click on. It'll take you to the blog, the text version of the blog. And there are links in these blogs that you can click on then that will take you to additional discussions about the information that's in this. Today's entry is called T equals 0. For the last 100 years or so, there's been much debate over whether our universe is eternal or whether it could be cyclical. Now that we know our universe is expanding, perhaps at some time in the future, that expansion will slow down, stop, and eventually the universe will collapse back in upon itself, creating new conditions akin to the Big Bang. This concept is referred to by some as the Big Bounce, in which case our current universe would be only some place on a gigantic timeline in a potentially endless series of expansions and contractions. One might expect that debate to be over now with the 1998 discovery that the universe's expansion is accelerating. Nonetheless, in the last 6 months or so, there have been a number of articles in magazines like New Scientist reporting on new theories that once again put forth the idea of a cyclical universe. While these theories are being advanced by serious scientists with reasonable explanations, there's also an emotional reason for us all to not want to believe the universe will endlessly expand. Because, as the cover story of last March's Scientific American explained, that means that eventually our visible universe will be empty as everything accelerates faster and faster away from each other, and the ultimate destiny of the universe will be a meaningless and empty nothingness. There is a solution, though. That solution does provide us with a cycle, but that cycle happens outside of time and space, in a place where everything happens simultaneously, and as Gavin Gjorbrand described it so well, where everything is forever. Nutty New Age mumbo jumbo? Not at all. This time around, I'd like to discuss a book by physicist John W. Moffett called Reinventing Gravity. To quote Dr. Moffett, "There's no actual singular beginning to the universe, although there is a special time equal to 0, T equals 0, as there is in the Big Bang theory. But in my modified gravity theory, which he abbreviates MOG, T equals 0 is free of singularities. The universe at T equals 0 is empty of matter. Space-time is flat, and the universe stands still. Because this state is unstable, eventually matter is created. Gravity asserts itself, space-time becomes curved, and the universe expands. In contrast to the Big Bang scenario, the MOG universe is an eternal, dynamically evolving universe, which may have implications for philosophy and religion, as well as astrophysics and cosmology." Now, what does Dr. Moffett mean by this? Isn't he proposing another scenario where the universe ends in a meaningless heat death of maximum entropy, or the absolute zero of the Big Freeze, or torn apart to nothingness by the Big Rip? Here's his explanation, which ties very nicely to blog entries of mine like scrambled eggs and time in either direction. An interesting feature of the MOG cosmology is that at T equals 0, entropy can just as easily increase towards negative time as positive time. Then entropy will continually increase into the infinitely distant past or negative time. Thus, T equals 0 in MOG is a special time when the universe can expand both into positive time and into negative time. Because there's no singularity, the infinite past can be joined to the infinite future. A singularity would cause an obstruction between the past and the future. And again, that's from Dr. Moffett's book, Reinventing Gravity. What Dr. Moffett is proposing then is that there is a place at the end of time for our universe or any other, regardless of the direction of time that a particular universe is experiencing, where everything fits together within timelessness. Persons familiar with my book and this blog will recognize this is one of the central ideas behind my project. But to be clear, Dr. Moffett's proposal still disagrees in one important way. In my model, what Dr. Moffett is calling T equals 0 and what he's referring to as the infinitely distant past or future are all the same thing. While it's visually easy to imagine a donut shape that joins the infinite past to the infinite future, The hole in the middle is t equals 0, and the outside edges of the donut are the infinite past and future states. I want to be clear that at this point there is still this divergence between Dr. Moffett's modified theory of gravity and the intuitive way of visualizing reality that I've come up with my project. As I've mentioned before, Nobel Prize-winning physicist Frank Wilczek also has a new book out called Lightness of Being, which proposes that there is an underlying state from which all other possible universes or patterns of information spring. In my model, that's the 10th dimension in its unobserved state. And in Dr. Moffett's model, that is t equals 0. I believe that all are different ways of thinking about the same thing, the unfolded whole where everything fits together. I've talked in more detail about these ideas in blogs like We Start with a Point within the omniverse, and Imagining the Omniverse. To close then, here's my song about the idea of an unfolded symmetry state where every possibility exists simultaneously and which is like a pencil balanced on its tip, always ready to fall one way or another and create a new pattern or a new universe. The song's called Everything Fits Together. My name is Rob Bryanton from Imagining the 10th Dimension. Enjoy the journey.
It's the age-old question, it always stays the same. People turning their eyes up to heaven and calling out names. Some may get an answer, some may turn away when they don't want to know too much because it's easier that way. Hidden back between the pages, written in between the lines, there's a spider's web of connections there for you to find. 'Cause everything fits together. You may not see that now, but there come a day when you'll see the way. There's always a why and a how. Everything fits together. It's all part of the show. Soon there'll come a day when you'll see the way. And you'll know why. There's a reason 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 why. You feel the way you do. There's a reason why. You do the deeds you do. There's a reason why. You feel the need you do. There's a reason why. There's a reason why. There's a reason why. There's a reason why. In this world of wonder, and in this world of pain, in this world of mysteries that still remain, there's a hunger growing. We all would love the chance to see the hidden strings that sing to make it all dance. Just when you thought the universe couldn't be any more complex, you started climbing up to the levels, one to the next, where everything fits together. You may not see that now, but there come a day when you see the way. There's always a why and a how. Everything fits together. It's all part of the show. Soon there'll come a day when you see the way. And you'll know everything fits together. Everything fits together.
Hi friends, just a reminder that you can now buy a 6 DVD set of my video blogs at 10thdimension.com/store.